1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Director, too. 6 minutes after 10 o'clock, a little chilly out there, and if you can get indoors, then you are blessed because you have some place to go indoors. If you're homeless, you're stuck. You're out there, and we have a gentleman in the studio who knows that better than any of us in the studio. Mr. George with Mr. George Ministries is also one of the workers over at Bob Wine's Camelia Gardens and Nursery, and Laurie Williams is here also from Bob Wine's. Bob Wine's himself is not here today, but we're going to talk about the ministry and how they are helping give away hygiene kits and helping out the homeless, and you're giving away lunches. So good morning to both of you. Good to see you both again. If I put your microphones on, maybe I'll hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi there. Good morning.
Do you know what I was thinking about, Mr. George? When Laurie talks about the right fertilizers for plants, right? It's got to be the right fertilizer, the right food. When I think about somebody who's homeless, I wonder if sometimes the human fertilizer, in other words, the proper nutrition, is compromised because, you don't have much money. All you can afford is the ramen noodles, right? And there's probably nothing in them other than calories. So did you find that when you were homeless that you maybe could get a bite to eat, but it wasn't really satisfying your body's need for vitamins and all that?
Yes. First,
How come I don't hear him? This one. Try now.
Okay, you hear me now?
Yeah, now I hear you.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I want to say Happy New Year's to all of y'all.
Thank you.
Listening and everything. And first, I want to give my Lord and Savior all the honor and the blessings that He's been giving me and the praises that goes out to Him.
There you go.
And yes, I understand what you're saying. And what I was saying to myself and thinking when you were saying all this, knowing that if you could get a hot lunch, is really very important because, just giving food away and all that, but, homeless don't get too much hot lunch. So my heart is into, being there and providing this, that we could give a hot lunch, that God is blessing us for that we could afford to do this, to give to them,
Right.
Yeah.
But, like if I go to like the grocery store and I get that cup of noodles thing,
Yes.
That's a nice little thing in the middle of the day. But if that's all you have,
Yes.
then you're just filling your tummy.
Yes.
How come your microphones aren't working? How come I don't hear you, Laurie? Maybe
you
hear me
you're just
now?
sitting too far back.
Maybe I'm sitting too far back.
There you go.
Get a little
Plus, I
closer.
got this heater over here. Doesn't it feel good
Oh,
in here?
yes,
Yes,
it feels
thank
nice
you,
and warm in here. We're enjoying the warmth inside right now before we have to go back out in the cold.
So you're doing another lunch giveaway?
Yeah, we have another lunch giveaway. We're doing it this coming Saturday, the 20th.
Okay.
And we're going to be doing chicken again. We do rotisserie chicken, which is delicious. It comes from Pasta Fair. They help us out so much with the chicken. And we're going to be doing coleslaw and baked beans and some potatoes, some
Nice.
roasted red potatoes
Nice. Now
also.
that's got vitamins
So,
in it.
yes.
That's
Yes,
healthy stuff.
Exactly, yeah. So it'll be very good, and we'll also have some bread, and we're giving water away, and we give fruit away. Last time we did apples and bananas and oranges that we gave away. And the response was so great from the community, the people that helped us.
I
and
wanted
the
to ask
Ocala
about
Star
that, yeah.
Banner did a great article.
Doug Engel did a video.
About, yes,
Yeah.
that video was wonderful.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you look good too, Mr.
Yeah.
George.
Good, thank you, sir.
We got a lot of people called and gave
Look like a
donations
movie
and
star.
helped us. So.
And at what time will it be Saturday, and where is it?
It will be from 10:30 till 12, and it is at the Marion County Courthouse parking lot, right behind the courthouse, kind of adjacent to Salvation Army.
You look like a famous singer. I couldn't think of the name, Mr. George. In that video that Doug Engel did of you? Oh my gosh, who's that singer? Oh, I'll think of
I'm
his
not
name.
sure.
Yeah, but you look like, you are a singer. You're a musician.
Well, I'm a musician, yes. And
Yeah.
I play with a lot of the goddesses, yes.
We went to Disney for New Year's.
Yes.
And we went to see. We didn't stay because we couldn't afford it. But we
Yes.
went to see the Wilderness Lodge, and there was a guy playing piano in there, and we thought about you. Is that what you used to do? You used to play?
No, I play percussion.
So that means drums?
Yeah, drums, yeah.
Yeah?
Congas, bongos, timbales.
Come on, baby, shake your body. Do the conga.
Do the conga, right.
That's it.
A lot of people call congas bongos.
Do
but
you
they're
remember
really
that girl?
congas.
What was her name? Gloria
Gloria
Estefan?
Estefan, yes.
Oh my
Miami
gosh!
Sound Machine, yes.
Don't, Laurie and Robin, don't listen to this. Didn't she make chaps look nice? I know.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, those were the nicest looking chaps I ever saw in my life.
And will you be giving away clothing? Speaking of chaps, will there be clothing giving away on Saturday?
Yes, we pretty much, getting a good, turnout in clothing that I will thank everyone out there that's been contributing and donating. And we still in great need of some things that we always would like to have, and that's always two things that I look forward to is the food and the hygiene that we could have to provide to 100, 150, 200, whatever it is that I always really, I'm concerned about and always trying to, and I'm crying out now to see if I could get help on this in this area.
Let's help as much as we can. So where would you go when you were homeless on a very, very cold night? What would you do?
Well, I was working, but I was still homeless, and I would try to keep saving all my money, not to be spending it, use it wisely. And I would always try to either sit in a restaurant, eat something, because my appearance was, I was homeless, but I didn't have that homeless appearance, because, sometimes you got to take care of yourself too, it's not, what you are. Don't really have to look homeless, So, and if you don't look homeless, you might still have a good opportunity and chance that people would see you, and give you the opportunity for you could get a lift somehow,
When you're working with the people who are now homeless, and you can relate to them because you've been there, do they take to heart what you have to say because you've been there? Like maybe more so than, like if I said something to them, I could say the exact same thing, but maybe they won't listen to me because I've never experienced it.
Yes, I understand.
Except that week I slept in my car. That was tough.
I still go around to where, and I look back from where I came from. So I still go and visit around and talk to a couple of homeless people that I know because, they're friends and all that, and try to see if I could be a help in any kind of way.
Right.
And, when we speak and all that, they're telling me, the good work that they see in me going on now, that they've been trying, to get some kind of help some kind of way because of the sources and all that I try to, I recommend them to. And I got a couple of responses already that, I sent a couple of people even to the veterans, to Mr. Gary, and I'm hoping that they get the help that they provide, they need it because, like I said, it's not only homeless people out there, it's veterans people, friends that I have too.
I'm glad you got to meet Gary, by the way.
Yes.
I'm glad you got to meet those guys.
I'm very grateful to meeting that man because I met him in 2001.
Under different circumstances.
No, when I was first came here and I was homeless.
Right.
That's what I mean.
First time, yes, under the right.
Yeah.
And ever since, we always been in our presence, and working together and, trying to get my life together. That he was guiding me, and he's a pastor, and he was praying for me, and and because I was going to church at Salvation Army. It was not that I was doing a part of. Of God, trying to stay in the kingdom and trying to get my life turned around.
Can I ask you a question? The other day, well, it was before Christmas, so it's not just the other day. But anyway, Robin and I were at the shopping center next door. Did I share this with you, Laurie?
Yes.
I don't think so.
There was a guy. He was asking for money, and it was going to be cold that night. And did I tell you this?
Yes.
And
yes.
I said to him, can't you call the Salvation Army? Won't they help you out? And he said, no, because I have a violent history or something like that.
Story,
yes.
What are those guys? I mean, let's give the guy, for the sake of this conversation, benefit of the doubt. Let's say he got mad one time and did something he shouldn't have done. Now he's got this charge that's haunting him the rest of his life, but he's really not a bad guy. Let's just, I don't know the guy. I'm just trying to paint the picture.
Sure. And I'm sure there's some that are that way.
Yeah.
That have done something wrong at one point in time, and
But we all fall short. Even if you're not homeless, you could be a regular person. That somewhere down the line you get fall short, and then you get judged. You get, they close doors on you, and then because of others that do wrong, the ones that need can't get.
Yeah, right.
So it's hard. It's hard to see, life the way it is, because we all supposed to be helping each other, and no matter what circumstances, and that's what my belief. I could be wrong, but I believe, I'm trying to stay in
Laurie,
that loving spirit.
Have you shared with us the process to create Mr. George Ministries, like with Bob Wines. Was there a discussion with you and Bob Wines, with the other staff at the nursery?
Yeah, it was pretty much with Bob and I and Mr. George. We had seen him not this last year. We helped him with it, but the year before he was doing it on his own and with the church. And we just saw in his heart what he wanted to do and what a good person he is, and him having been homeless for a period of time, that we wanted to help him, and helping the people that we see, because there's so many of them you see around town, and you just feel so bad for them, So we just wanted to do something to help, and and it's not just doing it at Thanksgiving and Christmas time, because a lot of people do it at that time, but it's doing it all year long,
Yeah.
So that's what we try to do. We try to do it the third Saturday of each month. And just from the first time that we did it in November and then doing it in December, we probably had twice as many people or 3 times as many people volunteered and helped us the second time around.
Thanks, God.
And the
Praise
response from the community calling us and bringing stuff to us, and we've got jackets and blankets and all kinds of stuff that they're giving, and helping us with. I know, some of the stuff that we're looking for now is the hygiene products that we want to give out. We have plenty of toothpaste and toothbrushes, but we need toilet paper and shampoo and soap and razors. So any type of hygiene products that anybody can, can donate and bring to us, we would appreciate that help with that also.
And do you have anybody representing the Marion County school system coming there on Saturday in case there are parents there with children, to try to direct them to how the parents can get a job so their child can go to school every day?
There was a teacher there back in November that was with us, and there's a pastor's wife that will be there also that works for the school system. So yes.
Oh, excellent.
Hey, your pastor's wife works for the school, no? She's a teacher, no? Your pastor's wife?
Yeah, but at St. John Lutheran Church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At the private school.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And what is the biggest challenge right now? Is it getting the word out to the homeless? Like, how do they know to show up?
Well, I know where they all be.
You
do?
And I
We have
reach
a
out to
flyer.
them,
There's a
and I
flyer that
have
we give
flyers. I
out.
go around to where they're standing at the timing of when they're getting services in other places, and I, give them flyers and let them know that I'm going to be at this location at so-and-so time and date.
Yeah.
That's how I reach out to them.
I
And it's
appreciate
amazing because we get started at 10:30, but we're there at 10 o'clock setting up, and by the time we're there at 10 o'clock, you can see they're already there.
Yeah, they're
They're there waiting.
And
Wow.
and throughout this ministry, have you seen from the first time they came to get their hygiene items and the food and non-perishable food items, have some actually gotten to the point where they are getting a job, so they're working their way out of the homelessness?
Well, this is our third event coming
Right,
up now.
exactly.
So
So
now
not
I
really
get more,
much-
More
feedback.
Now you'll know.
now.
Yeah.
And because how I ask, I talk to them. They open up to me, because we ain't got nothing to hide, so, we could, speak among each other and try to figure out how if it's working for me, how can I try to make it work, where they could work for them,
Yeah, your story is amazing, Mr. George. If you're just tuning in, the gentleman you're listening to is Mr. George. The lady you're listening to, besides Robin, is Laurie Williams. And they are both from Bob Wine's Camelia Gardens and Nursery, and Mr. Wines himself has made an important contribution to all of this as well. And you guys have a commitment that once a month you will set up an opportunity for homeless people to have a hot meal and some hygiene items and coats, and like at this time of year, coats and
Pants and socks. And shirts,
clothing in
blankets,
general.
and jackets.
So what we can do to help? What is that? Is that me or you? Who's that?
It's Jamaican.
It's Jamaican.
Probably over there.
Oh, it's yours. It's
Yeah,
in front of me.
it's
That's
okay.
okay.
No,
That's
it's
okay.
okay. We're good.
It's just in my headset. I hear it.
Yes.
And so if people come, should they bring different hygiene items and put them in like baggies themselves, or should they just bring the hygiene items?
Yeah, the
so
best
you
thing to
can
do is just bring
distribute?
the hygiene items, bring it by the nursery. And then what we're doing is we have some volunteers that come to the nursery and help us, get everything organized and ready. And we put the hygiene products in bags. So everything is pretty well organized by the time we get there on Saturday. So
And does Pasta Fair deliver all of the food that you need, or do you pick it up?
We go pick it up from them on Saturday mornings. They have it all ready for us, and we go pick it up from them. So
He's nice and hot.
yes.
And it's usually 100 plus people. You
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, about 125 to
My
150.
gosh.
So it'll probably be
Wow.
about 150 this time. That's what we had last time in December. So
And
that's what we're anticipating.
can we bring non-perishable food items so you can distribute
Sure.
them?
Yes. Yep. That is very welcomed. Also.
So how do you, are you cooking it right there?
No, Pasta
Oh,
Fair.
Pasta Fair cooks,
They
that's
cook
right.
it for us, and we pick it up from them.
So do you have
And
those
then-
little
and then-
candles that keep it hot?
No.
No, like at a
we
wedding?
just have it in the containers, and it stays pretty. It stays
stays
pretty warm
warm,
by
yeah.
the time you'd be surprised
It's
how fast it
it's
goes.
like a 1, 2, 3 deal. You know, it comes and
Yeah.
goes. As soon as you pour in it, it's going out.
Yep.
You know, so this, you know, I'm just grateful for what God is doing for us.
Yeah.
That we able to serve. You know.
Yeah.
What can we do for you?
Okay, I have a little testimony that I would like to say, you know, because now that we got a little bit out of what we do on Saturday and all that, just to touch people where, you know, what this moment, you know, where I'm taking this breath, and that I gotten to this point that, you know, the thanks and the memories that I got and looking back of what I'm doing. So, you know, a lot of this started when, like I said, when I was in the Salvation Army. I served, I helped the homeless, I was going to church, I volunteered for them. We had a little praise team that it was a contemporary band that we had, and we used to go around Marion County from the Salvation Army Church. That the group was called True Fire, and that we would go into churches and reach out and try to, you know, and play music for the recovery. And a lot of the churches. So, you know, that started in that. So then 4 years ago, I knew this bishop, pastor, that it was a friend, and I didn't know that. I met her in 2004, and then in 2011, I wound up coming to her church. So, you know, and her name was Bishop Ann Evans, and she passed away. You know, let her rest in peace. That she's with the Lord now, but you know, she ordained me to be a minister and to take care of the pantry and to start doing the homeless and to feed families. So all this started in that area. So then this is a church that, you know, a lot of prophecy has been given, and it come to pass. You know, Mr. Bob, he's a great man. I hope he's getting healed there, because we love him, and everybody pray for him because he's a little under the weather. And he prophesies a lot of stuff and came to pass. So this is the church that I'm in now, that I go to, and it's Restoration Ministry, where it's a church that is a preparation church and it's come to pass to, you know, for people that's doing this work for God. So, you know, so I'm grateful for the church, you know, and, you know, if you need a church, that's a church that you could come to, that, you know, if it's working for me, it might work for you. And it's located at 1732 Northwest 2nd Avenue in downtown, between 441 and Magnolia, going towards Jacksonville Road. That's where the church is. If you need a church, you're welcome to come, because it's worth working for me. Come give it a try.
Yeah.
So, you know, I gave great honor that, you know, her son took over the church. His name is Pastor Keith Evans, and I give him honor. That's my pastor now. So, you know, a lot of this happened in all that time that my steps I was climbing up and up and up, because I was being faithful in doing this. So now that I'm doing this, I would love to stay in this field, doing this for the work of God.
Right.
That I could hopefully, you know, if I cry out for a little help, that we could serve and help people in need, please. So we're asking that if we do need something, that, you know, that it could be sometime a way that it touches people, that, you know, we could get our stuff together.
It's almost unthinkable that there might be children out there that are homeless.
Yes, and there's a lot of
And there
children
are a
out
lot
there.
of children
But
out
yeah,
there. I
the-
saw some that
so
I don't know if you saw the on YouTube the video that Star Banner put out.
Yes, I did.
You know,
Yes.
and the
You
way
look like a
and-
movie star. You
and
didn't
then
hear me say that?
and you see the ending. You see, you know, the ending touches me a lot. I cry when I see that little young baby.
Yeah,
you know, just
yeah.
sitting there looking at you like, you know, please, you know.
Yeah,
You know?
Hey, Doug is
Yes.
he's a good videographer.
it was a good video.
He needs to ride with you. Like,
He's
but
great,
I mean,
man.
like if he ride with you and then point out the homeless people.
the area,
Because
yeah.
maybe we don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
unless they're standing in the median with a cardboard sign, we don't know.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, there's that jungle drum again.
Excuse me.
And that way too, when we see the people standing in the medium, we don't know if they're truly homeless or if this is a business for them. Whereas you guys know,
Exactly,
because you know
yes.
where the true homeless people are,
Yes,
and
All right,
then we
so-
can ask you.
So this coming Saturday,
yes.
and it's going to be in the courthouse parking
Courthouse,
lot.
yes.
Yes.
Marion County Courthouse parking lot from 10:30 till 12. We'll be serving.
And if we want to volunteer or
Yeah,
bring you
for
anything,
sure. Bring
do
us
we?
anything. You can bring it to Bob Wine's.
Just
Community
call Bob Wine's,
Gardens,
okay.
And bring it to the nursery, or we have another drop-off location, which is Dr. Pedro Orta, which is down on Silver Springs Boulevard. He has a pain management center down there, and he can also take drop-off down there.
Man, can you imagine managing pain?
I know.
What a job!
Yes.
I'm going to manage pain. That should be like a rap artist.
rap artist.
Named Pain.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to manage pain. So what's up with Mr. Bob? What's Bob?
He just has that flu that's been going around.
Oh, is it hitting him bad?
Yes.
Yeah, he's getting over it. He's doing better today, but he had rough. It was a rough day yesterday for him last night. So.
Do you think men complain about their colds worse than
Oh
women
my
do?
word, yes. Let's not get started there.
It's hard for me
She's
to
talking
say.
about us.
It's hard for me to say because I've been by myself so long that I cry out to myself. Yes.
All right, you guys are awesome. I love what you do. I love you. I love both of you. I
Yes,
think
you.
what you do is such an inspiration. I love when I see on my schedule that you're coming in here.
Yes.
It's just fun and inspirational,
Yes.
and I know that our listeners are responding
They
to it
really
as well.
do. We
Yes.
appreciate all the listeners
Yes,
from
yes,
WCA
we're
that
very
have
grateful
come to
for
the
what they're
nursery and
doing.
helped
Does-
us out.
Does the Mr. George Ministry have a Facebook page or a website or something?
No, we're working on a Facebook page.
Facebook page, yeah.
Yes, we're
Work on
talking
one,
about
yes.
that.
Because
So
that would be
we're-
nice too,
yes,
especially
sure.
especially to put the pictures on
Yeah,
there.
put
and the
together.
video
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff,
videos
yes, we're
and all
working
that. That's
on
what
it.
we're working on. Yes.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you for coming in here and doing
Yes.
what you do, and keep your plants warm tonight.
Yes, that's right.
Or
Especially Wednesday night. Wednesday night
night.
is a
yes.
bad night. So.
So, like I was saying again, if everybody gets touched out there, that we're looking forward to getting these hygiene kits, and it don't cost maybe just $1. So
Yeah.
you figure if everyone we just pitch in $1 a day
Mm-hmm.
or whatever into the cost of this hygiene kit that we need, is shampoo, soap.
Washcloths.
Washcloths, shavers, everything above that you figure out that it'd be good for you for a quick wash or quick,
Yeah.
to take care of yourself.
No, don't
And,
go quick, slow. Today we're celebrating doing things slowly.
Yeah.
Slowing down, right?
A slow shower.
And if it's possible that it could be like a traveling kit type of deal thing,
Yeah,
it's
that
great
would be
because
great. You know-
with the bags that we have, those are gallons. I don't know how many gallons are that we try to put
Gallon
everything
Ziploc bags.
into the Ziploc bag.
Oh,
We could
wonderful.
try to keep it all like we had that other day. We
Yeah.
had here that
was
hygiene kit
perfect.
bag.
Do you
and
know,
all that.
Mr. Judge, real quickly, you were asking me what I did what was my job when I
Yeah.
lived in New York. I was telling Robin earlier, I can't remember when this came up, but I used to work in a factory in Brooklyn, and then I would go over to JFK Airport, and they had showers there. 25 cents, you could get into the shower.
Yeah,
Another 25 cents would turn the water on for 3 minutes. And so 50 cents, I could get cleaned up, and I wouldn't have to go home
shower.
in order to go into the city, because I like to go into the city back in those days. So, but I'm imagining, because they don't have those showers in JFK anymore,
No, I don't think.
but
so.
I'm imagining that homeless people probably use those showers all the time.
Yes, yeah, but and thank God for Salvation Army because, like I said, there's not too many home shelters for men in Marion County. There's only really Marion County Salvation Army, and then I think Methodist, not Methodist Church.
Interface sometimes.
This,
takes them.
I forgot the other church.
But remember this too. This is for you and for the listeners. If you're a veteran and you need a shower and you're homeless, there is a shower that they're allowing homeless veterans to use over at the Veterans Resource Center.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good to
They
know.
told us. That's what they
Yes,
told
on
us, right?
East Silver Springs Boulevard. Call Gary Pascal. He'll set you up.
Because I believe the only two areas that a man could get shelter is Salvation Army and Foursquare. That's the church
Oh,
I was looking
Foursquare,
for.
that's it,
The
yeah.
name that is only for men in it, but women, they great. Thank God that they could be taken
So-
care of in other areas.
Okay, so the guy we were talking about over in the shopping mall, if he had called Salvation Army and told them his circumstances and was just honest, look,
Yes.
I have a bad record, would they have directed him to Foursquare?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
See?
Yeah, because that's the only one, and that's so close and walking
Well, I wish
distance
he had
for
called.
them,
He-
yes, that's another option.
He kinda
but then
made-
they still got rules, and
Yeah.
things that,
And
they
I don't
got to
blame
apply.
them.
And
They
I
have to
don't
have
blame
rules.
them
They
either.
have to.
Yeah. Laurie Williams, thank you for what you
Thank you.
do
Appreciate
and
you
for
guys.
sharing your knowledge with us. Mr. George, you are sent by God. Thank you for sharing your blessings with us.
Thank you so much.
And everybody else, let's help out what Bob Wines is doing and what Mr. George and Laurie are doing to help out the homeless. We'll do our best to keep repeating this, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back.